America runs on fast food, but before the golden arches and drive-thrus took over, there was a diner. A 24-hour sanctuary of greasy plates, bottomless coffee, and conversations that could last till sunrise. These places weren't just about food, they were a way of life. And no place embodies that classic American diner experience quite like Waffle House. A southern institution, a cultural landmark, a place where you can get a full meal at 3 a.m. or witness a WWE-style showdown between customer and staff. Either way, it's always a show.
We've all heard the stories. Some of us have experienced them firsthand, but how good is Waffle House really? Today, we're finding out the only way we know how, by ordering too much food and eating it all.
We're definitely gonna try everything that's on the t-shirt right here. What do you guys usually get when you come here? I always get waffles every time because it's the Waffle House.
Yeah, it is. You can't come to the Waffle House without getting waffles.
And I'm not gonna lie, my shirt is like my average loadout. Like that's usually what I'll get is just bacon, maybe not sausage, but bacon, hash browns. Is there hash browns on it?
No.
That's what it's missing. It's missing hash browns. Always gotta get hash browns.
Yeah.
What about you?
Eggs, steak sometimes. Gotta get the steak. Hash brown for sure, and you gotta get a waffle.
Come on.
A waffle and bacon. You don't just get everything.
Yeah, come on now.
What can I get you?
I'll go ahead with the all-star special.
And how about you, my dear?
I'll do the 2-egg breakfast and bacon.
Okay.
So how do you feel about getting turned down for the first time at a restaurant?
Oh yeah, so we went to a different Waffle House. That's why we're talking about how nice they are here. We went to a different Waffle House and I'm too scared to ask. So I told her to go inside and ask for me. They were like, hey, is it okay if we just, record a little bit? We'll be in the corner and tell them how the manager was.
So the lady was like really sweet and she was just like, okay. And then she called a guy named, I'm not gonna say his name, but he came over and she was like, oh, her and her husband are, YouTubers. She's asking if they can film. And he came up and was like, you cannot record here. And the moment he made that face, I was like, okay, have a nice day. Next weekend, we're flying to Houston. I've been a little nervous about the plane crashes. There's been so many plane crashes.
There have been way too many lately. I don't know what's going on with these plane crashes. What do y'all think about that?
Crash after crash. Obviously, I don't like to put that in my head, and which I don't, but it's then I'm flying next week. But what do y'all think about these plane crashes?
Insane.
It's I've never seen plane crashes back to back.
Do you think that there's a conspiracy behind it?
The one where it's the skiers.
Which one?
There's ice skaters. So there's some ice skaters on a plane, and they were very young, and they go to an academy that is owned by actual ice skaters, Olympic ice skaters. They all passed away, and their families as well, and they're saying that the government wanted to take them out, but it's
But what was the reason for the government to take them out?
Exactly.
Oh, that's where where the conspiracy theories don't add up.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, here's another plane crash.
No, the one that I saw that was very suspicious was the one in DC, and there was a helicopter that crashed into the plane, but the helicopter was flying at an altitude that those helicopters never fly at because it's a dangerous altitude to fly at. So the fact that helicopter was there was suspicious already, and then on top of that, it's very unlikely that the radar system doesn't pick up another aircraft when it's that close by. Right. So it's just a little weird, and then it's weird that they're all happening back to back. The one that was crazy was the one with the plane was upside down. He's like, I just got out of this fucking plane.
Oh yeah, that one was insane.
Yo, I was just on this plane.
What do y'all think about it? Do you think that there's some conspiratorial things going on, or do you think that it just is coincidence that all these crashes are happening? Let us know what you think. I'll say, I think that there's a couple, specifically the one in DC, that one is definitely sketchy. I haven't looked into every single one of them, but the one in DC, that's a little weird. Supposed to be 2 professional helicopter pilots there, and they didn't see this big old plane. Come on, man. That one's sus. The rest, I don't know. What about you? What do you think?
I feel like I don't know enough information to give my opinion.
Stuff as I see it, get ready.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. That looks good. Let's dig in. The food is here.
Check out the matching breakfast shirt.
The food is here. The fit is here.
Here, I'll start with a bacon.
Cheers. Mm-hmm. Some breakfast vibes. You know, you just wake up in the morning, come to your Waffle House, come to your IHOP, come to your Denny's.
What's your favorite breakfast spot?
It's between IHOP and Waffle House. They're the two best. Everybody knows that. And they're two different vibes though too, because Waffle House can provide you something that IHOP can't, which is the 3 a.m. food. Yeah.
Breakfast is always good, like at night or in the middle of the night.
When you were out all night and now you need something,
Yeah.
IHOP can't give you that experience.
I always see videos of people throwing down in Waffle House.
Oh yeah, they get in a lot of fights at Waffle House. But when you're open at 3 a.m., that's bound to happen.
Yeah, we do. Favorite breakfast spot is
Going
the
into
chow
the-
hall.
Ew.
Ain't nothing better than the chow hall.
Oh no. If y'all do not know, Chow Hall is kind of like a cafeteria for military folk, specifically Marines. Each branch calls it something different. The Marines call it the Chow Hall. The Army calls it the... Brought it up and I don't know, so it's like, it's a little awkward.
If you know, let us know in the comments.
Facts, you gotta let us know. If you served, if you're in the military, let us know what each branch calls it.
We just know the chow hall. The omelet bar.
Oh yeah. At the
Omelet
Chow
bar.
Hall in the Marine Corps, the Chow Hall that we'd always go through. Let me get this syrup on here. Ooh. They have a breakfast bar that you can go to and get you some omelets made fresh every morning, and we would always go when we were in. We're going in straight for these waffles.
Already?
Oh yeah, it's waffle time. It is dripping. Are you a waffles first or last kind of person?
I'm lost.
Last. Just as you see, I hit it right in the middle.
Remember I went down the rabbit hole of like, what makes dirt?
That's not dirty. It's just dirt. I'm like, what you mean? Dirt makes something dirty.
Like,
How does that make sense?
just because dirt makes something dirty doesn't mean that dirt is actually dirty.
Are we talking about germs? Or are we talking about dirt? Because obviously dirt is dirty if you're talking about the dirt aspect. Now, if you're talking about the microorganisms that are on that dirt, now that's a different level, right? Because if I just incubate some dirt, kill all the germs, now that dirt's sterile. You can't call that dirt dirty anymore. That dirt's cleaner than your mouth.
But like, I can say you're dirty.
What? What are we talking about? That's so good.
Shout out to all the overthinkers, because that's what this is. I was upset about the smallest thing. Something clicked in me and I was just like, why would I want to be upset right now? There's so many people in the world who are just constantly mad. You want to remember your life just being upset all the time.
I understand this. So I'm someone who's kind of struggles with getting upset a lot. The key is to stop it when you first get that initial feeling of like, oh, I'm about to do something. When you get that initial feeling of like, you kill it right there. You kind of nip it in the buds, basically, is my technique to deal with that. And then she's right, though. Like, what's the point of getting upset about things when, you know, we're all going to leave this earth one day? We're going to spend time, our valuable time, being upset about something that's basically meaningless. And the annoyance will go away relatively shortly. So what's the point?
Now that we're married, I just look at all of that and like, I definitely want to teach my kids like, you make mistakes. It's okay. Just get right back to it.
Don't cry over spilled milk.
Yeah, basically.
But
you
yeah,
know?
that's another thing. Becoming a parent makes you think a lot deeper about things, because now you got to think about what's the best way that I can teach this to my child, because they're coming in this world with a blank slate, not knowing anything. Every single thing down to each mannerism, the way that you talk, the way you react to things, they're learning from you. So you really got to take time, internalize everything, and think, what's the best way to go about it? And you never really do that, or I didn't do that before, because I wasn't always thinking like that. You know, it's such a huge responsibility to teach someone something like this. Has been the thought process of being a parent, is always thinking of better ways to do things. It's great. It's crazy. It's a crazy experience. Every last hash brown. That's a good note, though. Like, always focusing on being better and stuff like that. Like, definitely something that's important.
There's a chocolate chip in my fridge.
You still ate it, though. Something that has been going on recently in the United States is something called Doge. Not the Doge coin, but the Department of Government Efficiency. Now, I've heard a lot of mixed things about it, and I see both sides of the equation. I see the concerns, and I see the help that it can do as well. They're trying to work on the federal budget, it's too high, they're spending too much, and we're not bringing enough money. We're gonna go into debt, and we're in a lot of debt. Basically, there's someone named Elon Musk, which you probably heard of him. He's kind of like the forerunner of that. He's going line by line to each transaction from the treasury and looking like, where is this stuff going? A lot of people don't like that this person who's not elected representative has the authority to go through transactions like that. So that's where people are like, hey, why is this random guy that we didn't elect going through all these accounts? People feel weird about that, and I understand that too, because he wasn't elected. I can see that perspective. On the other side, people really think that the government budget is way too high and that we need to cut some of that spending. It's a polarized topic right now. I think that overall it's good that we're looking at cutting spending. Could this have negative implications when it comes to the economy when we're taking away all this money outside the think about all these payments. These payments are going to people, organizations, and they're spending that money to stimulate the economy. So when you're taking that stuff away, it could be negative. So I see the concerns with the administration that's in right now, but I do think that it's definitely necessary to cut some of the spending and figure out where the money's going. I know that's gonna be like a weird topic for a lot of y'all. Y'all might come out of the blue that I'm like, up to date on this stuff, but that stuff kind of interests me. So let me know if that interests you too, and I'll talk more about it. We're not people who take whatever the media gives us and just believe it, because you could take media from Fox and now you're a Republican, and then you could take media from CNN and now you're a Democrat. You got to take both, and you got to filter through to see what you really believe. They're going to paint their picture to you.
Yeah.
You need to figure out what you truly believe, not what they're telling you. So even what I say, like, you know, do some of your own research and think about it. Don't let someone
Persuade you as well.
don't let people frame things in a way to fit their agenda. You know, like, think for yourself, really.
Absolutely.
And that's why I say I'm not Republican. I'm a Democrat. I'm someone who wants the best for the American people, and I don't think choosing a side does that. I think it polarizes us. You know, we're all humans. We're all Americans who's in America. You know, like, let's stick together. Let's get through these problems together. Let's not pick a side.
What do you rate the breakfast?
Oh, what do I rate the breakfast?
Oh wait,
It's 10 out-
before you rate, I just want to say we love you guys. We love anybody we come in contact with, and we truly appreciate
Anybody who's made it to this part of the video, and then anybody who's watched at all, we appreciate everybody. So thank you so much.
Supports our channel.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, what do you rate?
What do I rate the breakfast? I'm gonna have to give it a 10 out of 10 every single time, because they're consistent. They don't mess it up. Come on now. How about you?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Finish that last bite.
Do you want to try it?
I'll try yours.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna finish the last bite. I get the honors of the last bite.
Chocolate chip waffle.
I get the honors. Let's go.
Right?
It's a little sweet. That's why I went with blueberry. But
So good. I love chocolate.
and then let's get a cheers right here. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to tip.
Let's go tip. Alrighty, we just wanted to tip you.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate
And then
it.
tip you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You need your channel, guys.
Here you go, sir.
I'll talk to you too.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, thank you so much,
Yes,
love.
ma'am.
I appreciate you.
Yes. Here you go. Is there anybody else in the kitchen?
Yes.
Do nothing, ain't she sweet?
Okay.
Gabe, yes, our cook.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. God bless.
Yeah, it's